Hey, how are y'all doing? Had to try and remember where my mic's placed this time. Moved everything around again. Matter of fact, looks like I need to do some adjusting. Anyways, subject that I've covered probably a couple different times, um, but catching a little more of a different angle to add to this. I was watching Matrix Wisdom here on YouTube earlier, and it's actually one I watched, started to watch last night, which actually made me laugh because this guy was talking about UFOs and the using of that word, you know, and about how ludicrous it actually is. Um, I ain't going to go into his exact explanation because then I'm just regurgitating somebody else's stuff. But you could look it up, you know. But anyways, getting back to the point at hand, um, word choice. I've said this before. Words are spells. You put stuff into motion just by words alone. Um, when you wake up in the morning, you dictate what kind of day you're going to have just by your words. I'm going to have, and bam, you end up having that kind of day. But things go, it goes so much more important. I mean, it's so important in many ways. One being that way, one just being communication with others. For example, uh, I like to use this one because I've been a gardener, worked landscape, lawn maintenance, all this shit. These just different areas for many years. Um, I had some when I quit drinking. I used that to my advantage, and within a few years, my whole entire yard was everything had flowers, bushes, the trees, to the ground had everything had flowers. So somebody was talking about my flowers that went around the border of my of the property I lived on, and said they liked my Easter lilies. I said, Easter lilies? I said, oh, you mean the daffodils? No, 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 no. Them's Easter lilies. Mama said, a Forrest Gump moment. Mama said, look, I've said this over and over. My daughter even knows this stuff, and it's awesome because she will research stuff. Don't just take somebody's word on something. It makes communication hard. I've been a gardener for many years. I know what a daffodil is, and I know there's no such thing as a Easter lily. You got border lilies, Asiatic lilies. You got your Oriental lilies, you know, but you don't have a such thing as an Easter lily. So that not only makes communication hard, but now we're putting out false information. You got generations that to this day are raised with false beliefs. And a lot of stuff ends like I used to watch a show called Mythbusters because people grew up hearing shit and they would check it out, see if it's real or just something that got mixed around within communication and didn't come out right. But this also goes into, and those I've covered, but this also goes into another part, an angle in which I haven't, and that is propaganda language. And um, there's a good example I personally have in my own that I don't that I use. Um, as a matter of fact, explain this propaganda language, and that is marijuana, cannabis sativa, cannabis indica, cannabis ruderalis, cannabis afghanica. These are all the botanical names for what they call marijuana. It's not marijuana. Marijuana was a word made up by the government to pretty much demonize the shit, you know, make it seem all nasty. And they do this with a lot of things. And people don't realize, when you think propaganda and governments, a lot of people think Nazi Germany. No, 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 no. They might have perfected some of that shit or not. They got it at a right level, but America's now perfected that stuff. Propaganda language. And that's exactly it. Like this guy was mentioning UFO, unidentified flying object. Okay, we know what the hell some of these are. Some of these are government, you know, uh, we'll just call them ships because I don't know how high up they are. So if we're calling them, plane ships or what, some of these are extraterrestrial in nature, yet they're calling them UFOs. Why? Well, because when they say UFO, it kind of puts in your mind, it's probably some bullshit. It doesn't really exist, fucking frisbee, some birds. So they get those kind of thought patterns going, and it's like paranormal. He's saying when you put para in front of it, well, they can pretty much call bullshit on it. It's not science, and there's no funding to take care of anything, and nobody looks at it serious. There was another one I was just thinking of too. Let's see, paranormal thing. But you see where I'm going with this stuff. They just it's words that are pushed. Oh yeah, conspiracy theory. That's another one. When you start talking certain stuff and then somebody says conspiracy theory, a lot of people automatically in their mind call bullshit on it. Like, it's bullshit. This is what, stone people or paranoid people or whatever kind of judgment they come up with in their head based upon what society tells them is wrong with these people. Because that's what happens. See, propaganda language is set up in a way to where people will do stuff like this. They'll get on social media, and they literally have people to spread this shit. Yeah, just keep spreading this stuff. So they spread it, the language with the idea, and it sticks. They've been doing this through society forever. So that's why I say when people look back on like Nazi Germany and think it's real bad, it's like, dude, it goes on here in America. They're just slick about the way they hide shit, It's just like with a lot of stuff, when I lived in West Virginia, a lot of people got pissed off about the whole idea of a dog tax. Why? We don't like the idea of tax in America. I mean, look how this country started. Somebody said taxes and we had enough. They tax the piss out of everything. Up here, you got a dog tax too, but it's not called a dog tax. It's a registration. You have to get your dog registered. It's just, hey, somebody's talking. Oh, hey, how you doing? I thought I seen movement out of the corner of my eye. I'm not used to seeing that on YouTube. I've been doing my videos for a couple years on Facebook, and I have put some to YouTube, but don't really have but like 20 people on YouTube, so I'm not used to people talking. Let's see. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a form of mind control. Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize it because they're, and it's not that, and I'm not one of the people that's going to look at anybody and go, sheeple, they don't understand. No, everybody's gone through this process. They're real slick about it, Even somebody who's born awakened, starseed or whatever, can go into this world and get that mind control going on. And I'm not even going to say on here, but I've had discussions with some friends, some of the bullshit that I ate, man. Some of the stuff they sold me. Matter of fact, I'll give you one, but I ain't going to go too deep on it. But 9/11. But man, I was working a second shift job. I woke up and they're like, no work today. Called me on the phone. I'm like, what do you mean no work? So, chick acted like I was like stupid or something, She's like, when I told her, I'm like, hey, man, because she said something about not seeing what was going on the TV. And I said, I work second shift, man. I sleep at this time of morning. She's like, turn on your TV. So I turn on my TV. And of course, here comes the brainwash, the media, everybody's saying stuff. I'm half asleep. I'm taking it all in. And before I knew it, one whole family that I just do not like, the Bush family. I'm sitting there looking at this guy going, you know what? I think these people are a little bit twisted sometimes, but he'll be the one to get us out of this shit, man. They know we're war pretty well, And we got terrorists now. Oh my God. Yeah. I fell into that brainwash. It happens. It happens to the best of us. That's why I say we don't want to be like the powers that be and use their language, So why say UFO? Orb, planet, spaceship, being, whatever you think it is, just one of those things that people don't think is really important. You know, they're like, well, it's something that people said for a while. It's no big deal. It is. It really is. And that cannabis one, that's a real good one because, man, it's if people only knew the conspiracies that all lie within that realm and why that was pushed so bad. Oh my God, it's all the way plastics, oils, and the pharmaceutical industry. And it's all just by attaching a word and a couple stereotypes to something. They got everybody. I mean, I still know people to this day who's like Reefer Madness. They seen that shit back in the day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah." Matter of fact, I've worked for a guy like that in West Virginia. I used to weed eat this hillside. I damn near have to tie yourself to a tree to do it, but I didn't. What I did is wore football cleats and shit. I get down there with my still weed eater and take care of it. And we had a lot of conversations. He's a veteran and shit, and it's like, yeah, and that marijuana, that gateway drug, man, and he's talking like it's leading everybody to heroin and all this shit, and then he's like, well, I'm getting ready to go to the VA hall. Do you need any money before we get? Yeah, okay. Well, how many hours do you think the job's going to take? Because this guy really trusted me, and he'd pay me up front. So he pays me up front. He leaves, goes to the veteran hall. I walk out in the woods, and I smoke a joint. I use this shit medicinally. If that dude only knew that what he's calling this gateway drug, thinking it's turning people into heroin, was what one of the guys he totally trusted that was working at his house while he was gone was doing, I wonder what that guy would have thought. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't say shit when I was in West Virginia. That's what led me back to Michigan. I'd keep quiet about crap. And I had to smoke damn near poison weed coming in from Mexico or cannabis. See, there goes another one. See, even I do that shit every now and then, weed. Now, we don't want to use that one either because that just makes it seem like we're a bunch of dumb stoners with nothing better to do than eat Fritos and laugh at Beavis and Butthead. See? That's what I mean. Word stereotypes, UFOs, crazy people, spiritual stuff. Devil worshippers. Gotten that one before, It's like, where did this come from? The triangle, it's the Illuminati symbol. No, it's not. The swastika. As a matter of fact, Fifth World, I think you mentioned this one. Sun symbol. They stole it. All the world power still symbolism. The eye, the all-seeing eye, the pineal gland, the Egyptians, the symbol. It's not bad. A lot of these symbols didn't mean anything. They were attached to stuff. The cross, that was taken by Christianity, that was used a long time ago. So even symbols get hijacked. So just pay attention to stuff. Oh, yeah, and to all my friends who keep doing this shit, come on, man. I'm as rock and roll as you can get, but devil horns? Really? I even know spiritual friends is still throwing that shit up. I had one friend throw up a damn triangle over his eye because he's seen other people do it. It's like, dude, that's an Illuminati symbol. If you could throw up something, throw in the thumb too, because if memory serves me right, that's I love you in sign language. I would ask my ex-sister-in-law, but I'm not friends with her on Facebook. But I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah, man. Watch the words, watch the symbols. I'm going to get out of here. This video is going too long. And you can see over there, I need to clean my floor. It's got dog toys and Lord knows what else on it. Anyways, peace and love. Y'all have a great day. Oh, yeah, man. It's kind of sunny. I'm going to try within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to start getting some video, like downtown and stuff. I'm going to get a new computer next month. An actual computer, not this laptop stuff, and I'm gonna start doing my music. But it's all incorporated with video and also, have these, speaking and stuff. And I'm just gonna incorporate it all into one big like art project with music and video and all that stuff, man. So it'll be cool. Anyways, peace and love. Y'all have a great day, evening, whatever it is, in your little part of the world.